We're going to talk about TurboChef Sota oven. The Sota oven is part of TurboChef's I series. One of the beauties of this oven is it's 16 inches wide, so it doesn't use a lot of counter space. It's perfect for an operation who needs just a small amount of food service, or a facility that wants to have ovens next to each other and doesn't want them to take up a lot of space. One of the great things about this oven is how potent it is and how great its performance is. The oven is part of the I series, but in a smaller cavity. But the power on this oven is exceptional. We're going to cook a couple of different items today. First thing I have in here is I have some pasta. This is actually mac and cheese. And I have a small portion and I have a larger portion. Why don't we do the larger portion today? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of shredded cheese on top of here. Finish it off. And the pasta's been cooked off and I put a cheese sauce on it. Now I'm just going to put some shredded cheese on. Our cook time on here, I believe, is going to be 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm going to go into entree. And I have both a pasta small and a pasta large setting. I'm going to do this on the pasta large setting. I'm cooking in a glass dish and it's about a 10-inch round. Isn't that great? I absolutely love how baked pasta can be. The mac and cheese works great. We can do all different types of pasta. It also works fantastic for retherming lasagna. The next product we're going to do is a sub sandwich. I'm cooking this on a Teflon mat, and I have a turkey and bacon sub, which is a specialty of the test kitchen here. I'm going to go into sandwich and into sub 1. And if you look at the size of the tray, we could easily fit a second sub on here. The sub 1 setting cooks for 25 seconds. If you notice, the light serves as a countdown timer for the oven. Check that out. Beautiful sub in 25 seconds. What I like about the subs is the bread turns out like it's fresh bakery bread, and it heats the inside of the sandwich perfectly. Isn't that excellent? Now I'm going to move on to the ribs. This is a half rack of a pre-cooked rib, so it's refrigerated and ready to go. I'm going to go into meat, and I have a setting for ribs right here. This is going to cook for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, our ribs are finished. Don't they look great? The great thing about the ribs is the finish on the ribs is fantastic. And we've also driven heat into the bone. So after these are served, the bone isn't going to pull heat back out of the meat. It's absolutely a fantastic rib. These are truly fall off the bone ribs. Next, we're going to move on to the frozen pizza. I have a 9-inch frozen pizza right here. And not only can we do frozen pizzas in the oven, we can actually do raw dough pizzas as well. On the pizzas, I cook them directly on the rack in the oven. This is a sausage and pepperoni pizza. Check out how nice that turned out. What's great is it's not only the top that's going to turn out like this, the bottom's going to turn out just as well. And the reason we can do that is we have independently controlled air from both the top and the bottom. So I can hit this pizza with a reasonable amount of air on the top, enough to give it the color that we like, but I can hit it with a lot of air on the bottom to give it the crispiness that we're looking at. Let's take a look. I'm going to cut this pizza up right now and we'll take a closer look. I love how that crust turns out. The Sota is a beautiful oven and can be used in the front of the house at just about any operation. One of the other neat things that TurboChef can do is they can powder coat this in just about any color. If you want to match this to your decor, if you wanted to do this in a powder coated blue, or you wanted it to match your sports team, we can do that for you. And this is the TurboChef Sota oven.